to the Indie Wrestling Guide with your hosts, the Hall of Fame referee, JHawk, the not-so-mysterious benefactor, JGold, and the legendary Charly Butters.
Friday night, I don't know if you guys have ever had this before. Have you ever been to Conveyor Belt Sushi?
I've seen it on TV, but I've never been.
Yeah. There's one not too far out of Cleveland that my wife wants to take my daughter to, but we haven't had a chance to get there. So.
Yeah, so we took my daughter and her two friends. There was a bunch of three dads and the three girls. There's three of us, and we all have only one kid, and they're all the same age, and thank God they're all friends. So we go to this sushi place. It's a conveyor belt sushi. It comes out in like two pieces at a time. It's in these bubbles, and you pull the plate out, and it's all like there's anime everywhere, and you eat each little piece, right? You can get anything you want. So we put the girls at one table and we're at the other. And you put these, once you finish the plate, you put it in this slot, and this little Asian man in anime has to go on a quest. And if you get enough plates, they shoot these little bubble toys out of the top of your table down to the table. So every 15 plates, you get another one of these little bubble toys, and it's like a miniature, like sushi or like salad or whatever inside of a little bubble inside. It's like keychains. So the girls want them. So if we're going to get all three, we have to have at least 45 plates.
That's a lot of fucking sushi, brother.
Well, the two pink and kakushi on each one. That's like 90 for the group. So yeah, it's really not that bad.
Well, it turned out that we had 96 plates between the six of us at the end of the night. And it cost us a fortune, but and the food was mediocre, but the chase for the toys is what mattered, I think, in the end. I think the only thing that matters at this conveyor belt sushi place is getting the toys from the little Asian quest that the guy went on. So it was fun, expensive, and I highly recommend when you guys come visit me one day, we go try that place out and eat for a while, because we were there for like 2.5 hours trying to get enough plates to get these little toys in, which is awesome. So yeah, so that was my Friday. I also found out on Saturday that I am going to the GCW show this coming Sunday. So I am going to be again. I miss Butters and Dalton and Austin at this show, and it's not as hyped up as the one we went to, which turned out to be the worst pay-per-view of all fucking time. AJ Gray falling off the ladder. Oh, it was a great time. No, it was a great time. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a little different. I'm going to be sitting with Struggles and my daughter. And by the way, I know for a fact that Struggles loves when fans comes over and try to give him a hug or shake his hand. So whoever is around, find Struggles and give a big hug and say you would really like a picture with him and his towel around his neck if he's wearing it. But yeah, we're going to be up in one of those like balcony seats instead of in the row. I got it too late. I got the tickets too late, and they're kind of pricey. So we'll be up in the balcony watching. I think this card it's not bad. It's not great, but I want to see Dom and Koo. Now they announced that Barnett's wrestling Baron Corbin, which is something.
Blood sport match, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought Brandon Kirk was on this, and Charles Mason. I hate Charles Mason, but who knows? But you know what? I'll give it a shot. I'll be there. We'll have some fun. We don't have school or work the next day because of Martin Luther King Day. So, we might as well
mention the reason why you were all excited in the first place, man. Your buddy Sabu is going to be there again.
They just announced my pal Sabu, and this time there will be no drugs and no upper deckers. It'll only be, I don't even know how he's getting to the show this time around. Imagine if I get a phone call. I'm still waiting. Maybe Fonzie, because he's got to be coming with him, right?
You're going to get that Fonzie call day of, like, hey, Danny, I need you to pick up Sabu and me.
Yeah, my brother's going to be at my house this weekend, so if maybe Fonzie will call us on Saturday, and the two of us will have to go out and deal with old Bill Alfonso. But
telling you, if you have to carry him around again, you got to fucking give him another upper decker in his bathroom.
I may have some more feet up in the bathroom. You never know.
Yeah, well, I know you can in the Discord that you were not going to do the same thing with Sabu that you did last time, but damn well if Fonzie asked you to, you're going to.
But Fonzie is not Sabu. If Fonzie asks me, of course I will. I love Fonzie. I'll do anything for that dude. But if Sabu asks me, I'm going to say, no offense, Terry, I'm going to pass. This time I'm going to use his government name. And I'm going to say,
you're going to get him upset. You don't. He doesn't even like when people that went to school with him use his government name.
Does he really? Is he really like that? For real? I didn't know that.
That was the story.
Dude, he's the nephew of the Sheik, who didn't like people calling him by government name either. So
He liked when people called him the Sheik.
yeah,
All right, okay, I'm down.
the dude would have Brian Coleman wrote a great book about the Sheik, called Blood and Fire, which I recommend getting. It talk all about how he would have the wrestler over at a house for dinner, and even if you were at his house, you'd call him Sheik.
Kayfabe, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Overkill would be at a couch eating in another room because he didn't get seen in the fucking dining room with the dude. Like kayfabe all the fucking way. It's fucking weird.
Wow. That is, love in the business,
So I was at work today and wasn't super busy. We had some customers, but I got bored and I was looking through Max and they had that like the micro wrestling
Yes.
DLC series or whatever. I can't remember, but
it's not a show, right? It's like a reality show.
Yeah, it's a reality show.
Yeah.
So I was watching that. I was like, they had the first season or whatever on there. So I'm sitting there watching that. And they had a guy on there named like Andrew the Giant, who was just like a big fat micro wrestler. Well, he wasn't a wrestler because he was too fat. So like the owner was like, who cried a lot in the show. Like he was crying like almost every episode. No, he was a full grown adult. Oh, he cried constantly. Like he was very emotional all the time. I don't know about him, but he challenged Andrew to lose 100 pounds because Andrew is 378 pounds. He challenged him to lose 100 pounds, and if he did, he would give him $5,000. And this other wrestler that they always bunked together when they would go out on the road, who was like a referee and a wrestler, he would train him to help him lose the 100 pounds. They would give him $1,000.
Oh.
And by the end of the season, he only lost 10 pounds. So he obviously did not make it. So my question to you guys is, if somebody offered you $5,000 to lose 100 pounds, do you think you could do it in 6 months?
Dude, I would weigh like 80 pounds at the end of it. There's no fucking way.
If you offered me $5,000, if I was a heavier fellow and you offered me $5,000 to lose 100 pounds in 6 months, that's a short amount of time to lose that kind of weight.
Well, let's say 50 pounds in 5 months.
Yeah, definitely.
For $5,000. JHawk, you think you could do it?
I don't have enough to lose to do it.
I see you got an old man belly going, brother. I think you could. I think there's 50 pounds to lose there.
I don't think there's 50 pounds to lose in the old man belly.
You don't think so? Be like a skeleton, like in Dallas Buyers Club.
I looked like that until I was in my 30s. Until my metabolism finally kind of go, okay, fuck this.
I mean, I for $5,000 after 6 months, I wouldn't eat for 6 months. I wouldn't eat. I would just
I don't believe you, Josh. I see what you eat. I see all the places you eat, all the crazy things you eat. I don't believe that you wouldn't eat for 5 months. I don't think you could do it, Josh.
It's only a short-term plan. You lose the 50, you collect your money, and then you can spend all that money on more food when you get done. No one's saying anything about keeping it off. Shit.
I think if I got motivated enough, I could definitely do 100 pounds for $5,000.
Sure. I mean, I think 100 pounds and diet,
I think
more.
I could for sure do it. So
I think
I thought it was interesting. And he's like, oh, I didn't gain any weight. I lost 10 pounds. So that's something. I'm like, I guess.
And you're that size, 10 pounds is not eating for a day and then taking a big dump. So that's not really, that's not really helping.
And this dude was 380, but he was like a mini. He was like 4'6" or whatever.
Right.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I mean, if I had to lose 100 pounds, and you'd have to pay me a little more, but I would do it.
I mean, if I had to lucre for my health, I would try it. But I mean, I've seen pictures gonna be 50 pounds could go. Like, I don't want to be that light anymore.
Oh, I would love to get down. I would love it.
So in the before we get into our shout outs and what's on, we got some IWGuide business to attend to. I have commissioned a new title to be made. So there will be a new IWGuide world title. I should have it by the February show for Mikey versus Gary J at Neo Pro.
Ooh, that's what week is that?
That is
February 15th.
February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day.
I've seen the mock-up of it, and if it comes out as good as the mock-up look, it's going to be a nice looking belt. How
can you have that match when Captain America comes out on that same very day?
We come out on Friday, doesn't it?
Right.
So you watch a movie on Friday and then you go to the show on Saturday. Probably.
Oh, I got my dates mixed up. I thought the 15th was the Thursday. Okay. Well, then I guess we do. We can all go to the show, see the new belt, and then go watch Captain America. What are you going to do with the old belt?
It'll probably go up on the shelf.
Nice. I think people will like it. I saw the design too. I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah, everybody, I showed it to a couple people. Young Ed saw it, and Mikey saw it, and a couple other people, and they really liked it. They said that it looks way better than the current one, and it'll definitely be a better representation of our brand. So,
did you weigh it? How much is this one going to weigh? Because the other one was very big and heavy.
I'm doing 4mm plates again, so it's going to be probably heavy again.
Bam.
I don't play. I want it to like they asked me like if I wanted it specifically CNC cut or if I wanted it done another way that was like $100 cheaper. I'm like, no, do the CNC on it. Like I want it all like 100% like the best possible. So my dude at Capco takes care of us. So
the guy from Pakistan.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
He's hit him up and I was like, told him what I wanted. He's like, here's a price. I'm like, that's more than fair. And he's like, well, you're a returning customer. He's like, thanks so much. I'm like, hey man, I was like, I had to come back to you. Like you killed it on the last one, like knocked it out of the park. So,
all right.
Speaking of, this Friday, AIW, that lineup is stacked.
The dream match, the dream is becoming a reality of Microman versus Swoggle.
Which was mentioned on this pod. Like a lot of people brought this match up because we were talking about it. And I was like, I'm 95% sure after the first Microman match in AIW, I mentioned that he should wrestle Swoggle at AIW. And I know some other people backstage there had brought it up too because it was like the obvious moment to do. So when this was announced, amazing. I was like, this was a no-brainer. I was shocked this wasn't the first thought. It might have been the first thought when they got Microman the last time, but they might not have just been able to make it work. So
are they going to do, I mean, are you going to that show or no?
Oh yeah. I bought my ticket.
So you think, they're going to do like a WLC type of match?
I have no idea what we're getting.
I hope so. I hope it's like something like that. I think the sheer amount of the frenzy that the AIW fans will go into if that thing starts to devolve into mini ladders and mini tables and mini announce desks. It'll be amazing.
I'd be shocked if it went that far, but it's going to be definitely something to see. I mean, also on that card, Mikey gets his dream match against Alec Price. Like that's what really sold my ticket was I need to see that match live. That's what I really wanted. There's some other matches on there too. There's a 4-way that looks really good. Effie and Effie's on the card, and it's against somebody who we don't see too often at AIW, an AIW legend. We usually only see him during the Rumble, Marion Fontaine. I'm stoked for that match. That's going to be fucking stellar.
Now, what about that 6-way? So it's Austin James, Joss, Alex Melee, Shelby Wilder, Kaplan, and I don't know who Shimbashi is.
Shimbashi is a guy that I've seen him at like Unsanctioned in Columbus.
Right.
I've seen him around some places. So he's a younger guy, so should be interesting. He's getting a shot here. You
got Dr. Dan and Shaw Mason. You got Dex. You got Man Bear Pig Kid, Tom Lawler, and Isaiah Broner in the 4-way, which is going to be great. I already
said I want Broner to clothesline Man Bear Pig Kid's head into the third row. I want to catch it, hold it up.
And then you got that big 4-way. It's the Duke, Chuck Stone, Eric Taylor, and Derek versus Big Sam, PME, and Dom. Wow. And by the way, when we talk about how people like to keep things kayfabe, JHawk, Dominic Garrini's real name, Eugene. So in case anybody ever sees him, you could call him by his real name.
Stop it.
He's going to kill me anyway. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm calling Dom whatever he wants to be called. I'm sorry.
Right. I'm just making sure everybody knows that. So, you know.
I don't believe you. First of all.
Oh shit. Well, what are we doing?
Shout outs, brother.
That's right.
We got Andrew. We got Zach. And we got Patty.
Hey, Patty.
Patty, good luck on Friday with all the craziness that's going on.
Yeah, I'll get to see her. I know she's really excited to see me. I'll have all the awards for everybody from AIW that won awards. So Pedro will get his award. Tom Dunn will get his. PME will get theirs. Katie Arquette will get hers. Mm-hmm. So,
and Pedro will officially be your IW ring announcer again, effective Friday.
I can't believe it.
What a change in the guard, changing of the guard, and maybe going back to the old guard. And
he's such a busy man. I can't believe they got him doing that on top of everything else.
Yeah, well, I brought that up to my wife. My wife's like, well, Pedro can good ring announcer. I'm like, well, yeah, but he literally did everything else. Like, where's he going to work the time in?
Right. Yeah. So they're going to have to count on students to to do the door, and that's just going to be fun. Oh, boy.
I will miss Steve Guy's voice and what he brought to the table there. So to see kind of a new era of AIW. Maybe they have somebody else in mind to be the ring announcer. You never know.
A comedian that didn't crack jokes. Steve Guy. Love him.
What's on this weekend?
All right. We talked a little bit about the GPW show earlier. I'm not going to actually go through that one. It is 7 o'clock on Sunday on Triller if you're interested, the people versus GPW. I'm going a different route here. We got a show that's going to air live on YouTube on Saturday night, January the 18th, and I believe it's a 10 p.m. Eastern broadcast there. It's Powder Keg Pro Wrestling presenting Heal the World from Eugene, Oregon. Main event for the PWO Heavyweight Championship, Amira defending the title against Ethan HD. They're in a 10-man War of Attrition elimination tag team match between the Jarmy and a team led by Malcolm Fleck. Most Violent defending the POW Tag Team Championship against the Hess Clan. Conoco against Charlie Evel. Kane Jaden and Nate Perez against Caleb Kennedy and Brendan Roy. The Hammer Brothers against the Cole Cousins. And for the Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship, Levi Shapiro defending against the man behind Wrestling with Regret himself, Ryan Gain, returning to the ring after a very lengthy absence. And that show is airing live on YouTube, 10 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, January 18th.
Yep, I'll be going.
There was a catch as to why you wanted to talk about that show.
I have some friends working on the show, and I figured Brian Gain returning to the ring after, I want to say it's been almost 15 years. It might be longer than that. I figured that was newsworthy enough to plug. So.
Well, I have the reverse. So for the 7 o'clock hour on Saturday, January 18th, Limitless Wrestling presents The Great Divide. And you know what? This is a pretty good card. Last Sister Standing, Delmi XO versus Ashley Vox. Billy Starks versus the Nomi, Gabby Forza. Aiden Agro, who used to be part of MSP, versus Anthony Green, who I love. I love both those dudes. Blake Christian versus Aaron Rourke. Man, this card is great. And we can't get away from him. He's coming on our show. The Limitless World Championship. Channing Thomas versus the Big Boofa, Desmond Cole, who we cannot wait to get him on this show. And that is Saturday night at 7 o'clock. That's actually a really rad show. And I highly suggest, watch that one and then go watch the one JHawk brought up at 10 o'clock the night after. That night.
And Friday, there's 2 shows to catch on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
880 Wrestling, Den of Desire Ball Drop on YouTube. IndieWrestling.us for free, and AIW Concepts of a Plan, like we talked about, will be available $6.99 for the stream on YouTube.
Okay, and I did just look it up here. Brian Gain has wrestled 3 times in the last 15 years.
I don't know that dude. I don't know Brian Zane.
Yeah, Brian Gain runs the Wrestling with Regret YouTube channel, which is kind of like the Angry Video Game Nerd of wrestling channel.
Nice.
Trained by Playboy Buddy Rogue when he was actually trying to do this full time, but
interviewing.
All right, this week we have one half of Psychedelic Dreams with us. We have Sammy Suntheimer. What's going on, man?
How y'all doing?
Doing
I woke
awesome.
up above ground, so I'm gonna call it a win.
It's Monday. It's cold.
It is very cold. That is true.
Where are you calling in from tonight? Are you in Pittsburgh?
No, so I live an hour and a half from Pittsburgh. I live in this really small town called Greenville. I don't even know if y'all know what that is.
Oh, we know Greenville.
Dude,
oh, really?
Are you serious? Greenville, Greenville, PA, that's up by the college, Teal College?
Yeah, that's where I live.
Dude, Holy shit, you're like so I used to work right over there, dude.
Really?
Hey, yeah.
Me too.
If it means anything, Sammy,
Like right
I don't
there.
know where you are. I'm on the East
That's the
Coast. I have
usual
never heard
reaction
of
I
it.
get. That's the usual.
Dude, I literally live in Cortland. So like
Bro, I had to try to explain to Lee Moriarty what Greenville was. It did not go well.
I mean, it's a little college town. You have that college there, and that's pretty much it. Like you got that
Right.
Walmart and like a couple things, and that's
There's
it.
the Walmart and Sheets. That's all we got.
Yeah, pretty much. I love
There's
it. I
nothing wrong with
love
that.
that you're so close.
Yeah, it's sick. I love it.
Oh,
Here.
Sammy, now he can come to your house. You can invite him over and
jeez.
Yeah, man.
you guys will be
Party.
best friends.
Trying to
Sure.
think
do
too.
it.
Who
Yeah.
else? Marco lives in not far from me either. He
Yeah, he lives in Farrell. Me and his dad
Yeah.
were talking about that at I think it was one of the last Penn Brewery shows we were talking about that. I was shocked.
That comes with being on our show. You know, you got to have Butters over for dinner. So, well,
All right,
ask
my mom
Marco,
will cook you
ask
something
everybody.
up. I got
yeah,
you.
there you go.
we'll just go to Fox's Pizza and
Dude, people shit talk. Wait, can I swear here? My bad. Sorry.
Yes,
yeah,
of
it's
course.
Okay. All right. People
course you
shit
can.
talk. All right. People shit talk Fox's Pizza so much, but like it's like my favorite pizza place in Greenville. It is super cheap too. So it's
oh yeah. There's very few places that would like deliver out because we worked out in where was it that we specifically Jamestown.
Oh
So
yeah.
like we were a little bit further out, but they would meet us like halfway at this like halfway road, and like so we could pick up our pizza because like
That's
places just
awesome.
wouldn't deliver, and yeah, so like yeah, I've spent a lot of time out there. I literally was just out there last Sunday, and I hit up the Walmart because I work as a clerk for a toy shop, and got to get all the new WWE figures when they come out.
Oh yeah, of course. You gotta go searching.
That's for all the people who bring the toys filled with bed bugs to his shop, and then he has to clean them all out of the bag.
Now those
that
people,
common
those people come
occurrence?
from Farrell and
yeah.
some of those other places. Yeah, that's probably who brings those.
Well,
That
so
checks
now
out.
that we got that out of the way, let's get into a little bit of a conversation with you about let's talk about some wrestling, and
Alright, I love wrestling.
you give us a little bit of your journey from start to 880. We asked your tag team partner about how he got into wrestling and what talent really what was he watching in the beginning. So tell us what's the origin story. How did you get to how'd you end up in 880?
All right, so I first started watching wrestling in 2015, and it was like around the time Seth Rollins was WWE champion. So like one of the first guys I really liked was Seth Rollins, and I also really liked John Cena. Like I was a John Cena kid. Like no shame. And then when I got a little bit older, I learned that there was like wrestling outside of WWE. Mostly when AJ Styles got there. AJ Styles is like my forever goat. I will love AJ Styles forever. And then found like the BTE videos, and I really liked those too. So like once I like really fell in love with wrestling, I think it was John Cena versus AJ Styles at the Rumble. Like that was like the first match that made me realize like I want to do this. So I was to my parents, there's nothing else. Like this is the goal, this is the end goal. And basically they like supported it through and through. So shout out to my parents for that. My old babysitter was talking to my dad, and she knew one of the commentators. Shout out to Tyler Ray Kendrick. And she gave me his Instagram, and he sent me 880's Instagram, and then I just DM'd the school, and that's just how it happened. I showed up that Wednesday.
So you started watching in 2015. How old were you at that point?
2015. I was like 9 or 10.
Wow. Okay. So you're way past where I would have been like, so what kind of indies were you watching in the early 2000s? So you were not even alive, my friend.
I go back. I rewatched some old Ring of Honor stuff. I'm a big fan of like old Ring of Honor like matches.
What, like 3 years ago, Ring of Honor?
No.
Just busted your chops. Yeah, I get it. I think we've had a lot of the younger 880 students on, and I always am surprised with how young you guys are. So tell us. So you get to 880, and you're going to start taking that first bump. What was going through your mind prior to the first bump? What did you think it was when you got there? Like, what did you think wrestling was, and what did it feel like after you found out what wrestling was?
All right, so like when I first, I always knew wrestling like is gonna hurt. Like I went in there not expecting it to be easy. I'm like, this is gonna be hard. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be really tough. I remember the first bump. I think it was Reese Hayes and Gianni that was teaching me my first bump. They were in the ring with me, and then I'm just standing there and I'm hesitating really hard. But when I took the first bump, I think like the adrenaline was just going too high because I barely felt it. And then I took the second one, and then I felt all of it.
Oh shit! And then what? And then what
So
happened? Tell us.
then I'm like, whew. That one I felt, and then they made me take like 8 more bumps until they were perfect. And then I think someone came in and body slammed me like a couple minutes after that. So yeah, it was an eventful day. I was very sore on the way home.
Dude, when I was learning, I kept fucking up, and like I fucked my elbows up so bad. Like,
My elbows were fucked for the first couple of
Oh
weeks.
yeah, I was fucking bleeding and shit. I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
sucks. And then they made me do a drill where I had to do like 10 perfect ones to like Bobby Beverly's like perfect 20. And if I didn't do it, then they were gonna chop the shit out of me.
My God.
It was yeah. It was trial by fire for sure. And fucking I'll never forget it.
So you're trained by who? MV?
Yeah, MV, Mikey Montgomery and Chris LaRusso are the main people I've trained like with so far.
What were your impressions of MV when you met him? Did you ever hear of him before? Was it something that you've like, because you're relatively new in the business, so not a lot of indie experience, but did you know of his indie background or anything like that when you met him?
No, I didn't. So like
Cool. Okay.
the first show I actually ever went to was an IWC like Meet the Stars. That was like the first taste of wrestling I ever had, and that was also the only like taste of like Pittsburgh indie wrestling I've ever had. So like I didn't know who MV Young was. I didn't even know what 880 was. I didn't know what Enjoy was. Like I just wasn't in the know. But when I first met MV, I'm like, this dude's a character. Like MV is like I love him, but he's so funny. Like he will just walk up to you and say the most random shit out of just thin air that like no one knows how you could come up with that. But he's such a good coach. Like he's just such a good coach. He will fucking like sit there with you. He will be like aggressive, but he won't be like mean, you know what I mean? Like he'll be like, no, you fucking got this, fucking, just fucking do it. But yeah, he takes his time. I don't think I could have asked for a better like first coach and better experience getting into the business.
So what was the goal when you got in the business? Now you're in a tag team, but what was the goal when you started? What did you want to do? Who did you want to emulate? Like, what did you want to do there?
When I started, it was just like it would be fun, just like this is always what I wanted to do, and it's actually crazy that I'm actually here. So when I first started, I was really just focused on the debut, like just getting to that point and actually getting to where I was having matches. But now that like I'm past that point, I really want to like start getting my name out there more. I want to start getting booked in more companies. So right now the goal is just get my name and get to as many companies as I can, and just spread my name, spread Psychedelic Dreams name, spread our talents.
Well, lucky for you, I do the pre-shows for Dio Pro Wrestling. So, hello.
Hey man, I'm ready to work. Let me tell you that.
After we're done with this interview, we're gonna talk. So, all
right,
for sure.
Again, it comes with inviting him for dinner, but you can still talk all you like.
Listen, brother. I'll tell my mom. Butters is on the way.
Oh shit! So tell me about who was your first singles match with in front of a crowd?
All right, so my first singles match in front of a crowd was with Adrian Kirsch. He is one of the other students that we have there. It was so these bands used to like rent out 880 and they would have matches in between each band. So my first singles match was that at one of those shows. Sorry. It was me versus Kirsch. Then my first match on TNF on Thursday Night Fights, which you can watch on indiewrestling.us on YouTube every Thursday at 8 p.m.
Good plug.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's a professional move right there.
My first match on Thursday Night Fights was with Brandon St. James, and that was a rough first one. Like it was a good match in my opinion. Like it was pretty good for my second match, but it was like that motherfucker hits hard. So it was
Yeah. Yeah. So have you done any of that hardcore style yet? And what are your opinions on that style? What kind of style would you say you bring to the table?
So first off, like my wrestling style is like I do like strikes. I like to kick you and I like to knee you in the face and stuff. So like honestly, I really like professional like regular wrestling, but I did do a no ring and I faced MV Young in the no ring. And like being a striker, no rings really suit your style. And also like I just really like doing fuck shit because I'm just weird like that. So like I like doing the hardcore stuff. But
what were the differences there then? So you're going into no ring. What's the differences with that bump? Because you're young. You haven't been in a lot of places. What's that doing to you?
Luckily, I didn't get bumped too much in that match. I did take some gnarly stuff. MV threw me so it's where our show is now. It's at the skate shop, but all the skate ramps and stuff were still up then. So MV just Irish whipped me right into one of the fucking ramps that was there. He also body slammed me on top of a door, which was on top of the cement. I didn't go through the door because I put him through the door, but he body slammed me on top of the door, and then he took the door, folded the door like up on top of me, so I was sandwiched in between the door, and then senton me on top of that. And that might have been the worst thing I've ever taken as a wrestler.
Oh boy. Well,
Oh, and I also got my chest chopped like 30 more times because I faced him the Thursday night before. So my chest was already red, but I got chopped like at least 2 times more than I did the night before. By the weekend, my chop was meat.
Now, have you taken a tube yet?
I have not taken a tube, and I honestly hope I never have to take a tube.
Butters, you're going to have to cross that off the list. He's not doing the tubes.
Okay.
Maybe to the back.
Yeah, well, I figured I didn't figure it would be. I mean, you could look at Marcus Mathers. He took one from Kenny Broadway, and he's still scarred up from it from almost, I think it was last April.
I did ref a match with tubes once, and that was like the first hardcore match I ever refed, or I mean my twin brother refed because that was not me.
Try doing an entire show of fucking death matching, Iron Manning. Oh god.
You love that shit, JHawk. You love it.
Fuck, I do.
Bigger payday, you get to do it. You love it. So, all right, I'm going to pass it over to JHawk for a little bit and to Butters.
All right. So, what kind of non-wrestling background do you have? Do you have any kind of sport background, any kind of theater background?
I'm gonna be real. No, I don't, because all I ever wanted to do was wrestling. So, like, outside of like, I did baseball for a little bit, but I was really bad at it. And like every other sport I tried to do, I was really bad at. So, like, no, I have not done anything else. I just like watch wrestling. I'm really bored like that.
Now, would you be interested in trying to do theater or trying to do improv to help with the performance aspect of wrestling?
1,000%. I do want to join like an acting class or something. Like, I don't know, maybe like I would join a theater program 1,000%. It's just like, I don't know. In high school, it was just like, I wasn't feeling it, but like, I would go to like out somewhere and like, I would definitely do like improv or something. I feel like that'd be funny. I feel like I could be good at that.
So when you're getting ready to go out, do you have a pre-show ritual? Is there anything specific you do every time before you go out?
So first off, I just kind of stare into space and get in my own head a little bit at first. But once I'm done doing that, I'll slap myself around a little bit, pop a little psychedelic tab right before I go out, pop another one when I get out there. And then if it's a tag team match with me and Aleo, we kind of just like push each other a little bit, kind of just like, come on. And but yeah, that usually gets me hyped up, usually gets me ready, and then I'm out and I'm ready to go.
So you don't do like 500 push-ups like MV does before he goes out?
No, yeah, that is not for me. More power to him. He's always pulling 2 chairs side by side to do his push-ups all the time. I don't know how he does it. That man is a fucking beast, dude.
Okay. Well, not necessarily tied into pre-show ritual, but I think we were talking about fucking pizza earlier. What's your fucking pizza order?
My what?
Box's pizza order.
Box's Pizza. Okay. I'm really picky. I just like a large pepperoni pizza. That's it. Sometimes I'll get like some breadsticks, but like I don't do nothing special with my pizza because I'm really picky with my food. So like,
what is it with wrestlers and their fucking the childlike taste buds
dude,
of all you guys in this business?
I don't
Does any of you
know.
fucking expand your taste buds a
all
little?
right, but here's the thing. Mine's like 1,000 times worse than most wrestlers because like I have never had a sandwich.
What are you talking about?
Like,
What do you mean you never had a sandwich?
I've had grilled cheese and peanut butter jelly, but those are the only sandwiches I've ever had in my life.
You mean like an Italian sub or like a cheesesteak? No?
Never had it.
This is a problem.
Brother,
We
you
need
live like
prevention.
real close to lock, stock, and barrel.
Yeah, they just don't look good to me. Same with like a salad. I've never had a salad.
So what do you eat besides a pepperoni pizza? What's with it?
I eat a lot of chicken and rice. Sometimes some steak and rice.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll eat some eggs and some potatoes.
Okay.
That's but like if I'm not eating healthy, I'm gonna fuck up some chicken nuggets and French fries.
So you're a Nuggies guy.
I'm a Nuggies guy.
Oh, you guys.
1,000%. If I told you everything I've never ate in my life, y'all would not believe me.
I believe it. The people we hang out with, I am never surprised. There are guys who will never put condiments on their foods.
Oh yeah, I'm one of those guys.
Yeah, there are guys who won't eat anything but chicken nuggets. There are
if
guys
I'm eating a hot dog or a burger, it's no buns, no condiments, nothing else. Give me the patty, you give me the glizzy. Like that's the type of time that I'm on.
What? No bread? What the hell?
No bread.
Gluten? You have a gluten allergy? What's going on here?
I'm just weird, dog.
This ties into one of my questions. Waffle House, Sheetz, or Wawa. What is your order at one of those?
Ooh.
I'll tell you. It's a sheet of paper.
Did you say
with the word hot dog on it?
Yeah. What's your you got a Sheetz there? What's your Sheetz order if you're stopping at Sheetz on the way home?
So I'll usually get like 2 to 3 grilled cheeses. Like it has to be more than one grilled cheese. Usually a bucket of fries. So I'll switch it up between curly and regular, and then I usually get a donut too.
Oh, all right. So you're doing like sugar and stuff. It's not just no bread. Okay, I'm glad to like. All right.
It just depends what's in between the bread.
What if you take a grilled cheese and you put like a tomato and bacon on it?
Oh, dude,
How
you
about
lost
that?
me. You lost me.
That's
really.
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh my god.
Oh, I do fuck with quesadillas though. Quesadillas are fire.
Okay. Now we're talking. Okay, you can be helped. I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, let me get though plain cheesecake today and nothing of that other shit.
No, honestly, the other day I went to this one Mexican restaurant and it was like a fajita quesadilla. It was probably like at least 6 inches to 8 inches long. It was a big quesadilla, maybe like 12. I don't know how many inches in inches. But it was a long ass quesadilla. It had steak in it, peppers, onions, some other stuff, I think. But like, no, I like stuff in my quesadilla. Oh, I also put the rice in my quesadilla. So like, quesadillas I don't fuck around with.
I like that. You know what? That's not a bad thing to throw the rice into the quesadilla and
right?
You
It's
ate the
really
peppers
good.
and everything. Look at you. Okay.
I know.
All right. Well, what'd you grow up on? What'd your family cook? What was your night times like?
All right. So I fucking love Hamburger Helper, dude.
Nice. Me too.
Like beef stroganoff is like my everything. That has so much nostalgia in it for no reason. I'm also a really big fan of tuna casserole.
Hell yeah, dude.
You can be saved. You can. Now take the beef stroganoff and put it on a hero. And then you almost have a cheesesteak.
No, I'm out, man. I'm out.
What is going on?
You lost me.
Oh shit!
I'm about to rethink his booking now.
Yeah, this is turning into an intervention.
God damn it!
We're gonna go on the road to Neopro, and I'm gonna make you try all this weird shit until we'll make it a whole like
I'm
TikTok
jumping out the car
series
and walking home.
We'll make a TikTok series out of it, and you'll get super famous
TikTok's
from it.
getting banned. We can't do that. We can't do it anyways.
Maybe we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Do a reel. We don't even need TikTok. Just do a reel. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, well, we can do Instagram. We'll make it happen. We'll
you kids know
Sammy's Food Adventures, and we'll get you to try some weird shit.
Reels.
I think you can be helped, and I think we have found something we can incorporate into your gimmick. We come to the shows. If you come to the shows and see Sammy, make sure you throw
Give
loaves
Sammy
of bread.
a Sammy, man.
Yep. Yes, that's it.
To be fair, your buddy Derek is afraid of lettuce, so I feel like there's.
Wait, what's the name of those dudes who wrestle at IWC? The cheesesteak guys, the Philly guys who come out with the cheese whiz.
Brotherly love.
Yeah, we got to get them to meet Sammy, and then get them, take them for a cheese whiz.
No, y'all are gonna give me heat with these guys because I'm gonna be like, I don't want the cheese whiz, man.
Good. Then heat is what you get, you young fella. It's time for you to figure it out. When you go on a date, don't you want to eat a nice meal and
no,
because
I only date picky eaters.
How do you find them?
They just come to me. I think we attract each other. Picky eaters attract to each other.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Sorry,
Butters. From across the room. She was eating a nugget with no sauce, and I was like, God damn, girl.
Right.
I knew she was the one.
Right.
She loves chicken nuggets.
She took the tomatoes off the hamburger and went to town. Oh, my God. I like it. I know we're still talking about wrestling, though, I think, but still.
Are we?
I want a cheesesteak now. Now I'm fucking hungry.
Yeah.
Okay, cheesesteak is one of the ones I thought about eating.
Dude, it's so good. Beef
Philly
and cheese.
Cheesesteak, they do look kind of appetizing, but they still
on a nice soft bun like Philly cheese.
I ain't
and
locked
steak.
in on a Philly cheesesteak yet, but I've thought about it.
Oh man, you should come up to New York. Butters went to that dude Aki and got himself a sandwich and everything.
Cheese.
Oh, I fucking love Aki, dude.
I got a photo with him. I went up like 2 years ago, met him, got a chopped cheese. It was fucking bomb. Best sandwich I've ever had.
Dude, I love his videos. If he makes me a sandwich, I'll eat it.
You can go there, dude. Trust me, it's not that mobbed up. You don't have to wait too long. You could just go there and ask that dude to make you a sandwich.
We took a bus and then we took two side roads and boom, we were there. It was just pretty simple. It was a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What's next?
Yeah, let's try to get back to wrestling a little bit. Who's out there that you want to wrestle?
Who do I want to? So there's a couple of people I want to wrestle. The main one that I that always comes to the top of my head is Chris LaRusso, because I've done a lot of training with him. He's taught me a lot of stuff, and I really want to wrestle him. But yeah, that would be really fun. Mikey Montgomery and MV Young were my top two answers, but I wrestled them now, and so it's I would love to wrestle them again, but it's no, I've already wrestled them. Give me. So another person I want to wrestle really bad is A Game from Brooklyn, TTT Brooklyn.
Yeah,
he's really good. I would love to wrestle him. But yeah, there's a lot of other people I just haven't got to wrestle yet. Nick's Wild in a singles match would be really good. I wrestled them in a tag, but to wrestle them singles would be really fun, I think. And I really want.
Nick's is going to be on next week.
Oh, really? Hell yeah!
Put it out there. Yeah, we'll put it out there.
That's sick. Yes, definitely put that out there. Let them know they want to wrestle me too. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want Aleo and I to wrestle TME. I think that would be really good.
Yeah.
You have a death wish, or
a little bit, man. Yeah, low key.
Brother, they are. I've seen you wrestle, and I've seen them live.
TME is on a whole nother level.
Oh, that's a big, tall order, man. I
know, man. It would be a challenge, no doubt about it. But
yes,
the DOJ, they've wrestled. They got to wrestle them at 880 a couple of times. So hopefully, one of these times we get the call and we can show out. I think that'd be really fun.
That would be great.
All right, that's all I got for right now. If I think of something else, I'll throw it in. But
yeah, I think I'd like to know a little more about your thoughts on wrestling at 880 and the atmosphere. And have you worked in any different atmospheres that you think kind of compares, or is there any place that you want to go, like any other venues that you've been really dying to get into?
So first things first, nothing is the atmosphere at 880, nothing is compared to it. I've been to a different couple of wrestling shows. I haven't really been booked a lot. It was more just hello, I'm here. But nothing compares to 880. It's standing room, everything is very close, very intimate. When you come out, make your entrance, you're walking through the fans, it's dark, kind of grungy, but in the good kind of way. It's very underground. But yeah, a place I would like to wrestle, Mr. Small was that the last Enjoy show was my first Mr. Smalls and Joy shows because since I've been training, I think they went there once, but I was still 17 and was working at my job, so I couldn't be there. So this is my first Mr. Small show, and that venue is like fucking sick. Like, so like to wrestle there, that would be really cool. But to be honest, there's a couple other companies I would love to wrestle for, but like, IWC, like just for the like one time because that was my like first show, so just to wrestle there even once would be like pretty cool. Just to, like to say I wrestled where like I first saw wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I think there's something to be said about those different intimate venues and things like that. I have to get to one of those shows. I really want to get to an Enjoy show. I just have not been able to make that schedule work. But Butters and JHawk have been there, and they talk very highly of the venue, the just the production and everything that goes behind it. So
it's like very, very like high end. It's Enjoy is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty does a really great job with all that. He's a mastermind.
Scotty.
Yeah.
So,
all right, well, that's what I got. I'm shooting over to Butters.
I got a couple here.
Yeah, get it.
So when you were growing up and you were watching wrestling, did you backyard wrestle?
So like basically I just had like I was like every little kid. I kind of just jumped on my trampoline with like a pillow or like a figure or something and wrestled that. Or I forced my younger brother on the trampoline. They would give him like pile drivers and shit. But I never really did like a backyard fed because none of my friends were into wrestling. So like I was just like the one friend that like watches wrestling.
Yeah, I had like a book that I would write like storylines in for like a backyard fed, but like because a few of my friends were into it. But like I never got to do a bunch. Like we had like a ladder match one time for a title. We had like some real basic stuff, but nothing like where we had a crowd show up or like a bunch of us like film it and stuff like that.
Yeah, so. I never had anything like that. I would have loved it, but no.
So I know you're still super young in your career, but have you like wrestled any weird places or places that you think are weird yet?
Okay, how do I? All right, I'm gonna be trying to be careful when I say this.
I mean, I call it weird / cool. So like it could be like just something that's like really different than.
I don't think I wrestled anywhere weird because I haven't wrestled that many places, but there was one place in Ohio. I won't say the name, but just the people there were really weird and just the vibe in general was just weird, man. That's all I'm gonna say. But
I mean, Sammy, let's be honest. Most of these places. The fans are going to be a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So that leads into my next question. What is your craziest fan interaction?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh man. Oh, I hope she doesn't listen to this because she's sweet. But so like this one girl at a show came up to me and she like grabbed my hand and like slid it down like the whole way down my arm. It was like, "Good match tonight, honey."
All right.
One time she came up to me and like caressed my face a little bit, and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Not to derail the conversation here, but I did a show one night. I'm leaving the building, and some lady's like starting to talk to me, and she's there with like her mom or something, and the mom's like, "Who is that?" And she goes, "That's my future ex-husband." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't think my fiance ain't going to approve of that." And she goes, "God damn it!"
Future ex-husband is crazy.
You got to turn around and go back and go, "Yes, but you're going to have to sign a prenup," and then you turn around and walk away.
I was legitimately engaged to my wife at the time, and thank God for that. Because like I could like be honest about it and just not go completely full dickhead. But
Josh, JHawk isn't sassy enough to do that. First of all, you are sassy enough, but he is not sassy enough.
The ladies love JHawk. That's just the way it goes, you know.
Which I found out much later after the fact from high school. But anyway,
go you, JHawk.
JHawk is a moped rider, if you know what I'm saying.
Fuck.
If she's 400 pounds or more, he's fucking riding that.
That is definitely
he's riding it around in circles,
you, buddy. Hell yeah.
He's riding it around in circles, brother.
Take your hands away from your face.
I do not discriminate. I'm sorry.
That's what's up.
Hey, you know what? I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that I'm just calling out that's your thing, and that's fine.
Just stating a fact.
It is a fact. You like them that way, and that's awesome. That's
It ended up being that's who I wind up dating, but I do not discriminate.
Okay.
He likes them for the shade in the summer and the warmth in the winter, baby.
That's enough of that. Holy moly. Oh, shit. Sammy, it's been good having you.
Yes, it's been great being here.
Sammy. Oh, my goodness.
It's been fun.
Yeah. So, Sammy, why don't you give us some plugs so that we have everything, where you're going to be, what your schedule looks like coming up and all that stuff.
All right. So let's see. You can follow me everywhere on every platform at Sammy Da Wrestler hold on, let me do this again. At Sammy Da Wrestler 880 is the handle everywhere. Every Thursday night at 1010 Freyberg Street in the South Side at Pittsburgh, 8 p.m. Every Thursday we got Thursday night fights. It's always a fun time. Always a great show. And then, is it this Friday? Is this show going to be out by the 17th?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Sick. So, January 17th, this Friday, Den of Desire ball drop. It's going to be sick. We're having a New Year's Rumble, and I will be in that Rumble, and I'm going to win that Rumble because the winner gets an 880 title shot, and I'm coming for that belt. I want that belt. It is going to be mine. So, January 17th, and then we got some other stuff coming later this month, the 31st. There's a whole poster for it. We'll be in Indianapolis, 880. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up.
Oh yeah.
JHawk.
Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and at TikTok at Ref JHawk, Instagram at JHawk1539 if you care. Blue Sky can make it Ref JHawk as well. This Saturday, January 18th, Real Action Pro Wrestling from the Ohio Urban Renaissance Center in Youngstown, Ohio. Main event, Dior Castro making his first defense of the RAPW Championship against Ray Stewart. I think there's something like 8 matches on that card. 6 o'clock scheduled bell time for that.
You won't get out of there until at least 11, though, because they all need to do 20 minutes. That's what they do at Real Action Pro Wrestling.
They've gotten much better about that the last time you were there, Butter.
Busting balls, too, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm just...
that
probably won't even be in the thing. So
starting the show on time is another matter entirely. I'll say that
always go 45.
Sammy goes 45, and then like halfway through the match, he starts a 10-minute chop spot where the two of them hit each other over and over again.
Yes, but I pop the tab before I do that because I need the whole energy.
Yeah.
They do a double down spot, and they get up before 10, and then they do another double down spot, and they make him count again. It's ridiculous.
This feels like some heat from somewhere.
You could follow me on most everything at Charlie_Butters. I don't have anything coming up. I'll probably be at AIW Friday. I will, as long as it's not snowing. And that's pretty much it. February's jam-packed. So when we get closer to that, we'll be announcing everything a little bit.
I dig it. So you can find me on Twitter, X, Instagram at JGold12. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to us. The Twitter handle, IWGuide1, patreon.com/IWGuide. The merch store over at Brainbuster Tees and Gorilla Press Apparel. If you use code IWGP24 at checkout, when you buy 2 or more items, you get $20 off your entire order. I'm assuming we'll talk to our pal Will about a updated coupon code. Check out the Main Event Wrestling Network, the Wrestling Junkies, and On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. The 26th, I'll be doing the Main Event Mixer with those guys on YouTube. I think it's a week before Royal Rumble, and we'll be talking about that. I had a really good time with them the last time. Listen to our other friends at Odds with Wrestling. The card is going to change. Marks with Mikes and the Super Fantastic Podcast. Check out our other friends, Time Capsule Toys, Toy Hio, Rubber City Toys, Neo Pro Wrestling, and Smokin' Jay's Barbecue, the best barbecue in Ohio. That's all I got for this week.
Life's short. Watch more indie wrestling.
Especially 880.
Don't forget to review and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Find us online at Facebook and Instagram at the Indie Wrestling Guide. And on X or Twitter at IWGuide1.